Welcome to Trading Lounge and the US indices, and starting with the NASDAQ here because it's the one that has the most positive count to the upside. So in this particular instance here, we're looking at this pattern here that's across what I call a medium level here, 6,500. So we've got the top of intermediate wave 3 here, an A wave, a B wave, a C wave, a D wave, and an E wave here. So an Elliott wave triangle for intermediate wave 4, and then we're looking for a move higher through here. So we're looking at this as wave 1 and 2 here, and wave 3 and 4 here, and we're looking higher here. Just before we go to the intraday and have a look at this little space here, I just want to bring across that the New York stocks and indices can be doing the same as well. So this is Morgan's here on a daily chart, and intermediate wave 3 here, an A and a B and a C and a D and an E wave here. Now you could count this as an A and a B and a C wave down to here in terms of 1 and 2 and 3 and 4 and 5 here for 5 waves for a C wave here. However, wave 4 overlaps wave 1 here, and secondly that the move down here to wave E here doesn't count very nicely as 5 waves. It counts better as a 3 wave structure. So it's logical to have it as a triangle pattern. So what we're looking for now, we have an impulse wave to the upside here, and of course an impulse wave is 5 waves. So just bringing that tool in here, the Fibonacci retracement tool. So this will be the 50 and the 60% retracement level here. So we're looking for an A wave, a B wave, and a C wave down into this space, and then we'll look for an impulse wave to the upside. So yeah, we're not ready to trade long in this just yet. We need this to complete itself in here, and then we also need to see an impulse wave to the upside, and then we can enter on those banks. So a little bit more's got to fall into place here for this, but I just really wanted to point out that triangles are occurring on the New York side as well as the NASDAQ side as well. But the ABC is very common, and as we talked about that last one of the other times here with Berkshire Hathaway here, this is a daily chart, and in this case here it counts nicely as an A wave, a B wave in 3, then 1 and 2 and 3, complicated 4th, and down for the 5th here. So this doesn't count very well as a nice impulse wave to the upside here, but if it is, and we've got an ABC correction pulling back to the 61.8% or thereabouts, then we would only go long on this once we've got confirmation to the upside here, or if we find support on top of this major trading level here, major trading level 3. Otherwise this can also still be a bearish picture, but we'll just stay with it. We'll just keep an eye on this for a little while. Coming back to the NASDAQ here, and I'll just go into an hourly chart here that will just pick it up from that E wave low here. We've got a nice Elliott wave trend channel happening here, so I've taken the top of 1 and 3 here and then brought that across to sit on 2, and it sits on 4 here. In this case, wave 1, wave 2, 5 waves up for wave 3, wave 4, and looking up for wave 5. We'll talk about that in a moment. I must point out that the S&P 500 doesn't have this particular initial structure here, because this wave 2 here on the S&P is lower than this one here, so we can't use that. But in this case here, it counts quite nicely like this. We could also put this wave E here of 4, we could also put that over here where that wave 2 is as well, and look at that moving up here. So we've been working through this for quite some time as an A wave, an A and a B and a C for the B wave, and then down for the C wave here, and then we're looking up for 1 here, back for 2, and then sort of pushing higher through here. So our aim was to take this high out here, and we'll look to add to this position once we've got 7,000 as a support there. So there's still a lot to you know, because we're in a larger correction here, we're still, you know, things are still not that clear, but we're looking at signals. We'll take those signals. We'll look to add on those trades if we build them to the long side there. So yes, on this one here, our next position will be on tested support on top of 7,000 if that occurs. It's going to take a while to get support here because of such a large number and also previous high as well. So it needs to get through a lot of orders and psychology there as well. So let's have a look at the S&P now. So with the S&P, I can also get the triangle as well. So an A wave, a B wave, a C wave, a D wave, and an E wave. It counts nicely. And then we have 5 waves up here for wave 1. With this is, in this particular instance here, this move here is lower than this one here. On the NASDAQ it wasn't. This low here was higher than this one, so we were able to call this wave 1 back for 2, up for 3 here and back for 4. So there's still something not quite right sitting here amongst all of these. I don't know which one is wrong or right. You have to excuse my voice. I've still got the pretty bad flu going around in Sydney here. Strategy is a really good thing to hold here. I've still got a larger triangle pattern here too that can play out. But before I go and have a look at that, the concept here in terms of strategy is really to be long on new highs and also to be short on new lows here, even if we do get just a move down into here. So I will go to, I think it was the 4-hour chart that we had a larger triangle pattern occurring here. So the triangle pattern here is wave 3 here, an A wave here, and then the B wave is all the way over here, and that constitutes an A wave here, a B wave here, an ABC for the C wave here, and then we're looking at the D wave here. So with this situation here, we've got the A wave, the B wave, and we'll be looking for 5 waves down for the C wave. So it's okay to call this wave 1 down here, and then an A and a B and a C wave here for wave 2 here. So this means that we're coming into, if I can just move these out the way a little bit, push that across, a wave 3 coming down, a wave 4 and wave 5. So, but still, we're not, you know, we'd only go short under this low here at this stage. And as you know, we would copy that. We'd also be going long above that previous high here. So we're kind of getting closer to, you know, to getting a trend out of this, because in the markets you always get the opposite of what you're looking at. If you're looking at a correction, then we're going to get a trend next. If we're looking at a trend, then we're going to get a correction next. So you always get the opposite of what you're looking at in the markets, which is different from normal life. It's a very simple, subtle, powerful point to get your head around, but once you've got it, then it's another problem solved. Okay, so just going into the more bullish count on the hourly chart here, looking at this as wave 1 up here, then an A wave, ABC for the wave B here, and down for C wave here of wave 2. So that suits okay here. And in this instance here, it's okay to call this wave 1 here and wave 2 here, then wave 1 and wave 2 here. But the problem with this is that this low here actually came lower than this low here. So on the physical market, the cash market. So I don't think that I can call this, even though it's got 5 waves in it, I don't think that I can call it wave 1 here. What I could do on the bullish side is remove that and put wave 1 here and wave 2 over here in this case. So it's not going to make any difference because we're only going to go long if we take out this high here. We can go to this high here now as well. The other way, excuse me, I should really be in bed, but the 2730 here is the top of group 1. So you know that we're in group 1 here. We've got, of 2700, we've got 10, 20 and 30, and you can see that the market is locked into this group 1 here, and we're looking for it to move outside of group 1 to our trend, for our trend to start. And one different ways of looking at it, many roads to Rome, so to speak, but in simple terms, this top being taken out here, or a nice tested support on top of 2730 would also be helpful. It's a bit sort of strange really, because here it looks like we've got 5 waves down here on this thing, but on the cash market it counts down as 3 waves, so it's another confusing sort of issue there. This short trade here too, if I can remove that, that can go under here now. There, so we're getting, we're working into, you know, we're working from the highs here, and we're just basically working in here with all of this, you know, so we should just be a little bit patient and wait for things to set themselves up here. If the market's going to lead higher, it will be the banks, and it will be the tech stocks as well, the Amazons, the Twitter, and so on. They're the ones that are going to take it higher. So we just need a couple of more sessions, maybe even one, but probably 2 sessions before we can either see the market down here for being weak in a short trade, or sitting on 2730 here as a support for long trades. All right, I'm going to leave it at that today. Thanks for tuning in. Appreciate it. Cheers.